Impact. 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 That was an impact.
That I'm happy with. That was a win. All right, so now we're in Saskatchewan. So we just spent a little bit of time zeroing, verifying our dope, shooting at some targets, doing some wind reading. I made sure that I spent a little bit of time asking some questions to Dave and Ryan about the wind. I shot the furthest target that we were able to shoot at here was about 700 yards. And I was hitting that target consistently with 1 mil wind holds. So that was good. So now we're gonna go back to the hotel, get some food, and get prepared to shoot all day tomorrow. So I spent a lot of time practicing and learning in the last couple of weeks. I feel that my brain is about to explode because it's so much, and it makes me a little bit nervous about the match actually, because the feeling that I have is, am I going to remember all these different things when I'm shooting? Now, luckily, I've shot a fair amount. I've shot a bunch of matches before, so it's not like there's a first or a second one or anything like that. And I've done decently well at matches before, so I'm hopeful. But I'm still a little bit nervous that I'm going to forget all these things that I need to pay attention to. All right, we just finished the safety brief. We're at our first stage. We're squad 4, stage number 4, shooting off of a rooftop, both sides without touching the cap. So it's going to be interesting, especially kind of wondering whether it's almost going to make me shoot weak side or not, depending on how well stable we're going to be on this roof. We've got 2 targets to shoot out there. There's a tiny bit of wind that we have to pay attention to, and we'll see how it goes. The target distances are around 530 to 600 yards. There's 2 targets out there. There's a duck and a T-Rex. The T-Rex is pretty skinny, so wind's going to be important on that one especially. A bit tougher than I thought it was going to be. I was not very comfortable and stable in that position on the roof. I got 4 shots. One of them I don't know why I missed, which bothers me, but I think it probably was just that I wasn't comfortable. When I went to the other side of the roof, that was pretty difficult because I haven't really practiced any weak side shooting. So it was very hard for me to get into position, but when I did get into a position, I was able to get 2 hits shooting weak side, so that I'm happy with. Ran out of time, but one thing that I'm happy with is when I missed the first one, I remember to slow down and make good shots rather than rushing through it. So that I'm happy with. That was a win.
Impact. 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 That was an impact.
Well, that one was pretty good. Total of 6 out of 8 with good shots. The wind call was good. The last 2 I dropped. I think it's, I should have taken the time. I could have hit those if I had taken the time. I was very wobbly. I probably should have repositioned, used the pump pillow, but I didn't. Next time. All right, just finished up the first day. It was a pretty good day. The weather was great. Didn't get rain. It's not too hot, not too cold. Just perfect. My shooting was pretty good. I'm certainly not unhappy with it. I made a fair amount of good shots. A bunch of misses due to wind. A bunch of misses due to being unstable and some bad trigger pulls. But all in all, pretty happy with it. We'll see what tomorrow brings. We just got some food and a couple of beers, and now we're gonna get some rest. We're gonna go sleep, be well rested for tomorrow, and have a good day again tomorrow. Peace out. All right, this is the Price family that we met yesterday at the match here, and they kind of stood out because of all the MDT shirts they were wearing and all the MDT stuff they're shooting. And then we had dinner with them, and
good times.
No arm wrestle or anything like that, so that was really good.
No.
For some reason. But anyway, why do you guys all shoot the MDT stuff?
Because it works.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Good.
I like it. Yeah.
Not to mention, like every time we reach out, we always get really quick service, and
Customer service is
customer
excellent.
service is absolutely like second to none, over the top over any other company we've dealt with. Debbie packages all our stuff. We have Debbie's name on everything.
Yeah.
And we always have great service. Like, you know,
Good equipment.
never been disappointed.
No.
Ever.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, the family that shoots together stays together, so
Yeah.
this is the Price family.
Right on.
Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
So this stage was standing, sitting, kneeling, freehand. The targets were relatively small. I did get 3 hits out of 9. And I got to figure out a way to have a quick detach weights so I can make this rifle a lot lighter for these kinds of stages. Who knows?
Impact. 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 Impact.
All right, a pretty good run at that last run. It was a total of 12 shots. You had to use 2 different props, but somebody a little bit earlier on a previous squad figured out that it was pretty easy to just sit down behind a rifle in the tripod. So use a tripod. I was slightly slow with a little bit of an issue deploying the tripod, which actually ended up mattering because I hit all shots except for the 12th. It was just out of time. So literally a second mattered right there. But can't complain about 11 hits. Whew, that was a wobbly stage. Well, the first and the third position were wobbly. The second one was pretty stable. I got 6 out of 9. I am somewhat happy with that. I know that 1 was definitely a bad trigger pull. That's just a timing thing for me. But I got a little bit of advice as well after my stance. Another thing that I really need to start working on, I think, based on shooting this stage, is my follow-up. Just, you know, it takes me a while to get back on target, and I got to work on that. But I guess it's something hard to practice at home when you're shooting with a 22. So I got to get out and shoot more centerfire.
So I just off on it. Oh, I should dial the first one.
Right.
Yeah. I should have just sat down on the pump pillow with the tripod.
Just sat.
What did you do for wind much?
I'm just gonna hold. They're relatively just like they're generous for elevation. Yeah. Yeah, you probably have enough time. And maybe if I'm just really not liking it, I've got it. I can go on.
All right, that was the last stage of the day. Not a lot of time on this stage in the shark cage. So I held over on everything, both wind and elevation. I got 6 out of 9. I'm happy with that. I was using my elbow to rest on the side of the cage to get more stability. I was pretty stable. And so the 3 misses, I would attribute those to wind. And you know, the other ones were good. I'm not that good yet at spotting where I hit on the plate. I think if I would have been better at that I would have been able to get a few more hits. So something to work on for me for sure. It was an awesome shoot. We'll see how I stack up at the very end. That's not that important to me. What's important is that you know, I was able to get better than the last match I shot, which I did. So that's good for me. So I had a goal of shooting at least 50% on everything that we shot. I think I probably did. Another thing I should have done is kept track myself of my score, make some notes about what I did well and maybe what I should work on. That's something I didn't do. I just completely forgot about it. I'm gonna have to do that to the next one. If I think about the stages we shot today, so 6 out of 9, that's of course above 50%. That was an 11 out of 12, that's well above, but it was also a 3 out of 9 and a 3 out of 10, I think. So, but all in all, I'm happy with how I shot this weekend. So I've shot the match. I'm quite pleased with the results. It was a fun time. The weather was great. The company was good. I didn't bomb any stages. I ended up 29th place out of about 80 shooters. So not quite top third. But Raul pointed out to me that is a 76% of top shooter score. And that is something that I'm quite pleased with. There's a lot of things that, even though this is probably the best match that I have ever shot, there's a lot of things that I now know that I still need to work on. Not sure if there's going to be any more matches this year that I can go to, but I can't wait for the next.